Having a mentor in your career is a game changer. Do you ever wish that you had the courage to ask somebody to be your mentor? Then definitely check out this 4-step process I'm about to share with you in this video so that you can build and maintain any relationship with ease. For the best career advice, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every Thursday. If the thought of reaching out to somebody and asking, "Will you be my mentor?" frightens you as much as it did in your high school prom days, don't worry. This is the same exact process that hundreds of my clients have followed to get exactly what it is that they want. Let's start with step 1 in the process, which is get very specific on what you admire about this person. So out of the 7 billion people out there on this planet, what is it about this one person that makes you wish that they could be your mentor? Perhaps, for example, it's somebody you've previously worked with and you really admired their work ethic. Or maybe it's a former boss of yours and you really appreciated all of the direct and honest feedback. Maybe it's somebody you've never met before, but you've read a ton of their articles online or you've been watching them on YouTube and you really admired everything that they have had to say. And even when you implemented some of what they've taught in the past, your life had drastically changed. So get specific and get detailed. The more detailed you are and the more targeted you are in your genuine compliments, the more likely that person is going to be able to reciprocate. The second step of this process is to define and get really clear on what it is that you're hoping to get out of this mentorship. When you can share your clear goals, the other person has a better understanding of your needs, but also understands what is the commitment and the expectation involved in this relationship. And just so you know, oftentimes a mentorship is a commitment from both parties. And so if you are going to ask for this relationship, it's really important to show that you are showing up and you're absorbing all of the information they're giving you. And not only that, but you're also taking it into action. So for example, if one of your goals is to ask your previous boss to mentor you to become a better manager because you really admired their management style, it may be helpful to start with just that one question. And as you start to absorb all the information and really take to heart what they're sharing with you, and you actually are starting to implement it, you can share your results with this person or any of the challenges that you're facing during this implementation process. And when they see that you're really taking to heart whatever it is that they're sharing with you, that will ultimately lead to an organic relationship where that mentorship just starts to blossom and take off from there. Comment below with a goal that you hope to achieve with the help of a mentor. Okay, so now that you have a clear understanding of what it is that you're hoping to gain out of this mentorship, it's now time to make the clear ask, which is step 3 of the process. A lot of you might be a little terrified of making this ask because it's the part where you need to be bold and really step into that. But just know that with steps 1 and 2, especially step 1 of sharing what you admire about this other person and really leading and giving them that compliment, will make this whole process a whole lot easier. And just know that when you ask somebody to be your mentor, oftentimes they're really flattered. So putting it all together, you simply want to share what it is that made you decide, I really want you to be my mentor. Again, get as specific and detailed as possible. And step 2, which is what exactly is it that you hope to gain out of this mentorship? You can also really share why you believe this is a perfect fit. So the more concise, the more direct you are, the better. And just know that oftentimes, if you're feeling a little bit icky about this still, just realize that a lot of times people love helping others. There's a lot of studies that show that people feel really fulfilled when they're able to serve as a mentor or a benefit to somebody else. And the final step is to follow up with a smile. So it's really, really important that no matter what the answer is, even if it's a flat out no, that they are unable to follow up on this request, that you follow up with a smile, because you never know what is happening on the other person's end. They could be extremely busy, they could be extremely swamped. This really isn't the right time at this moment, but it doesn't mean that that has to be the answer a year from now or even 6 months from now. So always be positive, leave it on a positive note, and share, thank you so much for your consideration. I hope that our paths will cross again soon in the future. And if they said yes, perfect. Lock down that next step of when is it that you would be meeting. Having a very clear call to action at the end of any conversation is helpful, so it doesn't linger into the maybe whenever I see you, we'll see you space. And if you don't get a response right away, that's okay. People are often busy, and you can send a quick nudge or a little reminder email 1 week later to see if they've had a chance to review your request. If it's in person and they said, I need to think about it, definitely, again, at the end of every conversation, you should have a very clear call to action. So if they said, for instance, I need to think about it, you might say, would it be okay if I followed up with you in 1 week? Mentors are extremely helpful to help you grow in your career, and I often encourage you to have at least 3 mentors so that you can gain different perspectives in all of the different components of your life and your career that you're going to inevitably face. And I also just want to emphasize that mentors are literally everywhere. So if you've ever wanted Elon Musk or Bill Gates as your mentor, guess what? They have written books, they are often interviewed, and they often share their best advice out there in either podcast, books, interviews, articles. So definitely start digging and devouring the people that you really admire, that you wish you could speak to. Most likely they have something published out there already. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and comment, and please subscribe. I'd love to continue delivering you the freshest career advice out there.